Welcome back to Good Germs Off-Road Adventures, and welcome to Mammoth-ish. This weekend, we're out here celebrating some things, some friends of the family, and we're doing some riding in some places we've never, ever been before. I have no idea where we're going, but come along for the ride. I'm sure it's going to be beautiful. Yeah, here we go. Viewers, we've done about just over a half mile, and one of my most recent videos, worked on the clutch here on Darth. So far, seems okay. By the time I finish talking, now we're at about 0.8 or 9 miles. Feels okay right now, no binding, no weird noises. EBS seems to be working properly. We'll see how it goes throughout the course of the weekend before we can call it actually fixed. Viewers, we're a little taken back. We don't really ever get to ride in mountains. We live in the desert, and the mountains around us don't have a lot of open trails. There are some, but not a lot of open trails. Like I said earlier, I don't know where we're going and what we're going to see, but that's what we're doing. Just got to keep an eye out on these corners for oncoming traffics. Folks, and make sure you're coming out to ride in places like these. You should do it anyway, but make sure whatever you're riding, you've got a spark arrestor on it that's going to actually do the job. As you can see, there's a lot of dry pine needles and stuff around. It would not take much to get a fire going, and we've had enough fires this year. We don't need any more. So just make sure you've got those things installed on your vehicles. I'm keeping my eye out for a fork in the road coming up. And here it is. Let's go this way. judging by the condition of this road, I made the right choice. Never mind. These little places like that are for single track for dirt bikes. Viewers, my wife's back there talking to the chipmunks and looking at boulders. This is a great time. I love being up here. And it's a big difference in weather from home. It's, you know, roughly around 90 degrees of the Fahrenheit type back down at home. And it's like the high up here is 70. Awesome. Sure, we'll go this way. Like I said, I have no idea where we're going. We're just riding on some trails. I do have GPS with me, so we're not likely to get lost. And I did mark on the GPS where camp is, and marked it on twice. I've got it on my Garmin right here, but I've also got my phone with Onyx loaded up, downloaded, marked all those things, so in case one of them decides not to work or I can't read it, the other one's good. Yeah, there's a lot of, you can see a lot of these trees are scorched. And a lot of them are scorched, they're still alive. You can see they're very green. And then some are not. And some are on the ground. It's nice of them to tell you there's a road sign there, and it had a yellow thing on the road sign, the road marker. It told you dead end, so it's good to know that you know, you go down a trail, maybe. Yeah. The wife just realized that I made a right. I think I was further ahead of her than I thought I was. Anyway, there's a dead end marker on the road sign to let you know if you go down there, you can expect dead end. That's kind of nice. Yeah, thankfully she saw me. I didn't announce that I was making a ride. I just kind of did it. Thought she was closer than she was. Maybe I should get some mirrors. Probably not a bad idea. I don't like the way they look, but it'll keep me from having to twist myself around backwards to see what's going on. I don't want to jinx it, but the belt's been feeling smooth for the last several miles now. Which is a thing. We'll see how it goes throughout the weekend. Where? I must be blind. My wife told me there's a house down here. House is, oh, way out there. I see. Okay. That's pretty neat. And we were just riding all in over there and into those mountains. I think our camp is somewhere over there. I'm not real sure. It would be amazing. I can see an RV.
Oh, that's an RV.
Heading down that road down there. Interesting. Chipmunk. There's a sign. I want to see what it says. I want to go. I know I want to go right, but let's see what the sign says. There's no campfires, no charcoal grills. Stoves are okay. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to take any risk, any little thing. Poof. Anyway, let's go this way. Yeah. You know, y'all heard me earlier talking on about having spark arresters on your vehicles. It will help prevent things like this, you know. And even Billy Badass, I know we did all the things with the big gun exhaust on there, but we did install the spark arrestor there as well. And if you... Yeah. No, I'm not saying this was started by off-roaders at all. But the wife was just saying, you know, it could have been started by lightning. And, you know, she's absolutely right. And I'm just... We don't know that it was started by off-roaders, but our fellow off-roaders, we need to make sure that we're not the cause of this devastation we see here. Okay. That's enough preaching. Back to adventuring. Yeah. Private property, no trespassing. All right, well, That was a road I thought we were going to take according to my GPS machine, and we're not going to go this. We're not going this way either, so we're turning around. Probably should figure out where we are. So according to the GPS machine, we are right about there. I don't know if it's coming out on the camera. And camp's that way, so we're going to kind of go that way, I guess. Okay, are you ready? Oh, wait, you're still getting it. All right, here we go. All right, so instead of the way we went, we're going to go down this way. Yeah, that is cool. Looking out there, look at all the new baby growth. It's all bright green and pretty. That's nature rebuilding itself. Oh, it says dead end. Right there. So does that. Okay. Well, no use in going this way anymore. Unfortunately, we're probably going to have to do a fair amount of backtracking. But that's okay. We can backtrack. It was quite beautiful. I don't mind seeing it again from the other direction. Well, the view this way is amazing. That was behind us earlier. Didn't get to see that. That's really nice. Got some people walking their dogs. We're going that way. There we go. That was awesome. Saw some people running their beautiful dogs there. Some of these corners are fun, like a little bit of a roller coaster ride. Not trying to make a lot of dust or do any big slides, they're just fun. Okay, folks, we're gonna make a quick pit stop real quick. Main reason is we've been riding for almost an hour, and well, if you know anything about GoPros, them batteries are only good for about an hour. So we're gonna make a quick stop and change up some batteries. Okay. Fresh batteries installed, and away we go. So the Garmin map machine right there, it's excellent, but unless you do a lot of programming and route planning ahead of time, off-road, it doesn't show you all of the trails and names, but the onX app really does. And no, I'm not sponsored by them. I would accept that if they wanted to, but no, I'm not. So I checked the onX app, and it shows all of these roads. It shows what vehicles are legal on all these roads. And so I use that to double check where we are and what roads we needed to get to, because we're heading back to camp, and I think we're going to pick up another rider or so. In case anybody at all is interested, this is called Big Springs Road. That's a fact. A true fact. Yeah, we're actually going to come up on a big campground in a little while. And here we are, folks, coming back into camp right now, which just keeps on growing. Ta-da! Hey folks, obviously you know we've done more riding and more adventuring than what you just saw in this video. There was just so much footage that there was no way I could cram that into a single video. So, tune in next week for the next part, probably the final part, definitely the final part. Tune in next week as we finish up our trip in Mammoth. We're going to ride up to June Lake, over to, no, that's not correct. We rode up to Mono Lake, then over to June Lake, and then to some Lookout. Batteries died in the GoPros, and that's perfectly fine. I appreciate y'all hanging out with us for this trip. We'll see you next week as we finish the trip up. In the meantime, y'all ride safe, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye now.